Have you ever found out you're pregnant at your husband's funeral? The funeral director is explaining casket options when the room starts spinning. I excuse myself, stumble to the bathroom, and throw up. My sister-in-law Patricia follows me. Grief does that, she says, rubbing my back, but I know it's not grief. I've been nauseous for a week before Tobias even had his accident. The motorcycle accident that took him from me in 17 seconds on a Tuesday afternoon. Patricia runs to the pharmacy while I sit on the funeral home's bathroom floor, staring at the pink wallpaper with tiny angels. She returns with 3 different tests. Just to be sure, she whispers. All 3 show positive. I'm sitting in a funeral home bathroom, my husband's body 2 rooms away, holding proof that part of him is still alive inside me. Patricia starts crying. I can't. I'm too stunned. We were trying for 3 years. Fertility treatments, specialists, the works. Last month, we decided to stop, to just be us. Tobias had said, maybe we're meant to have other adventures. Now I'm pregnant at his funeral. The cosmic timing feels like a cruel joke, or maybe a gift, I can't tell. I walk back to the casket room. The funeral director asks if I've decided. I point to the oak one. He would have said it was too expensive, then secretly loved it, I tell him. He nods like this makes perfect sense. The funeral is Thursday. I don't tell anyone about the pregnancy. I stand at the podium, 12 weeks along, looking at hundreds of people who loved him. His coworkers from the firehouse, his rugby team, our families. I tell them about how he used to leave me notes in my lunch, how he couldn't kill spiders because they're just trying to live their lives, how he cried when our neighbor's kid finally beat cancer. I don't tell them their hero left me one last gift. After the service, people approach with condolences. At least you didn't have children, they say, meaning to comfort. It would be so much harder with kids. I nod, my hand unconsciously moving to my stomach. Patricia intercepts anyone who lingers too long. 3 weeks later, at my first prenatal appointment, the doctor asks about the father's medical history. I hand her Tobias's file. She sees the death date, exactly 1 month ago. Oh, honey, she says, you're going through this alone? I shake my head. I have his entire firehouse. They've already scheduled shifts for who's driving me to appointments. She smiles sadly. He sounds like he was special. He was, is, will be. I touch my stomach. Present tense is complicated now. The ultrasound shows a heartbeat. Strong, steady, determined, like their father. The technician prints extra copies without my asking. I give one to his mother. She frames it next to his picture. Months pass. His friends build the nursery. Not help build, completely build. 20 firefighters descending on my house with power tools and opinions about crib placement. They painted it soft yellow because the kid needs options. His captain Rodriguez installs a rocking chair. Tobias was gonna do this, he says gruffly, then leaves before I can see him cry. I'm 7 months along when I finally go through his phone. There's a note in his drafts dated the morning he died. Babe, what if we try one more time? I had this dream. We had a little girl with your eyes and my stubbornness. Just one more round of treatments? I'll do all the shots this time, I promise. I know that's not how it works, but you laughed, right? I laugh and cry simultaneously. The baby kicks hard. Labor starts during a thunderstorm because of course it does. Tobias loved storms. Patricia drives while calling everyone. The waiting room looks like a firefighter convention. 27 hours later, she's here. Sophia, 7 pounds of absolute fury at being evicted from her warm spot. The moment they place her on my chest, she opens her eyes. Tobias's exact eyes stare back at me. Rodriguez cries harder than when we buried his best friend. She looks just like him, Patricia whispers. Poor kid, I joke, but I'm sobbing. Sophia is 6 months old now. She has his eyes, his stubborn chin, and mysteriously, his laugh. The firefighters have a schedule for babysitting. She has 20 uncles who would die for her. His mother teaches her Spanish lullabies he loved. At night, when she can't sleep, I tell her about her daddy. How he saved lives. How he couldn't cook but tried anyway. How he would have loved her so much it would have annoyed everyone. I tell her she was wanted, fought for, prayed for. That she arrived exactly when she was meant to, even if the timing seems impossible. Sometimes I imagine telling him about finding out at his funeral. He would have laughed. That big, room-filling laugh. Our kid already has dramatic timing, he'd say. She's definitely yours. She is. She's mine. She's his. She's ours. Present tense is still complicated, but we're figuring it out.